Power 92. We are number one in the streets.
Power 92, we're number one in the streets. Your midday girlfriend, Mayha. And today in the studio, guys, I have some really powerful women sitting next to me, okay? Debra Antney in the studio, Angela Stanton King, make some noise. And we walked into like this conversation about this cucumber video that's been going viral. And they were like, let's talk about this now. So your thoughts on this is it's just absurd, it's disgusting, it's silly. And these girls are doing things like this to get likes, comments. They're trying to go viral. They're trying to grab a following. So being women who are big on empowerment, how does it feel for y'all to see that?
I know for me, it's like interrupting my interview now. You know, and it's crazy to make sound. I have a sense of responsibility there. I feel responsible for this, even though I'm not on there doing this. But it's something that I helped create, the platform of entertainment. You know, when you take your part in something like that, you take ownership in some of that.
So you feel like a sense of responsibility?
I have a responsibility. I feel responsible for some of this.
Wow.
And it's really, really disgusting, and it hurts. They're not my children, but they are my children. Because I come from an era that everybody's child is everybody's child. You know, where I came up, the neighbor and everybody else could get us, even though today people turn their head, but I still look at that. Your child is my child. So if I see your child out there doing something wrong, it's very hard for me to walk away from that child.
When did you first...
It hurts to sit here and look at this. And I've seen Cash Doll put a PSA up, which was beautiful. And Isaac Hayes put a video up today, but he also spoke about Cash Doll posted that up. But I want to see a man say something about that. Don't validate it, because Angela had to check me because I was so mad. I was about to go in on the post and put it up there. But it's like, if I post that up there, then I'm validating it too. You know, and I appreciate that. I was so angry and about to react to something at that time. And it was like, no, you can't do that. But don't post it.
Have you posted how you feel about it?
I haven't done that yet because I just seen this on the way coming here.
Okay, so you're just getting a hold of it.
Seeing this,
oh, yeah.
But even as an elder in this game, it's my place. I can't be quiet with this. Like, how do everybody sit around and think that this is okay, or you stay closed mouth? How do you not say anything about this? This is going to affect all of us. And for every man that think that this is okay and you have a daughter, you just opened up the gate for your daughter. And you have to understand what's going to go on there. And it ain't no such thing as when they get older. Because, see, being in a public school, because I volunteer in a public school, I watch little bitty kids in elementary school. They're already active in the things that they're doing. So this is not cute at all. And you're just opening doors.
And what's this on the internet? It's everywhere.
I know, and I want to say not only is it degrading, I just feel as though me, being an older woman, I have a moral responsibility as well to teach that we are better than this. And for me personally, it's not just the young women that are degrading themselves. It's the young men also. We now have young men that identify with being gay, and they do some of the same things on the internet. You will see them twerking and doing the cucumber challenge. And to me, it's just as bad. Like, we are better than that. You don't have to express your sexuality at all times. Some things just need to be left behind the door with the lights off. And that's just how I feel about it.
And if that's your thing, I definitely feel like, I remember when I first seen it, I was like, what am I watching? Yeah. And then how crazy it is. And now there's cucumber challenges.
Yep. Like, but it's what we idolize. I mean, if we pushing this all over, if I can walk across the stage with my cap and my gown because I've graduated and now I have a doctorate degree, that should go viral just like when somebody is doing the cucumber challenge. It's some of the things that we idolize as people. We say it's wrong, but at the same time, we reposting it, we sharing it, we putting it in our videos, we putting it in our entertainment. You can't glorify something and shame it at the same time.
Do you think that people feel like they have to do things like that to get the recognition that they're looking for?
No, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think, and this is what they're placing out there now to make you think that this is the way you're supposed to be. No, that's not real. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, the way I was taught is when they got to you, there was nothing else about you that I needed to know. You have to understand the message that you're giving when you're out there. Now, late at night, when you're walking down the street and you get snatched in the bushes and somebody violates you,
Right.
you just invited them into you already.
Yep.
You just done that already.
It's just not who we
This
represent.
This is not right. This is not right at all. This hurts. They're not even my like. I really feel like I want to cry right now.
I feel you. I can feel
It's
it.
making me so angry to see this stuff. Y'all not putting up things that are good. You're not talking about some things that are good that we're doing. You're just glorifying all the negative. Everything negative is what go up.
And that's
We
what
gotta
goes
have
viral.
censorship on this
Yep.
damn internet now. It has to be a whole. It's the murder capital of the world.
Yep.
Period. It's killing us.
Yep.
It
It's
is.
destroying us.
Yep.
I was raised by
Censorship
OGs.
now.
These kids is raised
Yep.
by IG today. And
Come
that's
on now.
that don't make no sense.
That's real. I think about a lot of the killings that are currently happening in Chicago today. Someone that we know just over the weekend, he's one of these people who just clowns people in the hood, and then he'd be like, yeah, I'm riding down your block, riding down y'all block, what y'all gonna do? He just got shot 3 times the other day. And I'm like, for what? And he's literally on social media showing the gunshot wounds.
One of the things that upsets me a lot, and I know we got to talk about the independent music seminar
Absolutely.
tonight, going down in Chicago
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
But it's us. It's not, we're doing this. It's not somebody else that's doing this. It's time for us to have accountability. We need accountability now for what it is that we are doing. It's time to stop pointing fingers at everybody else and take a good look in the mirror and come down and start having the conversation about what we can do as a community for all of us to get better.
Absolutely, I totally agree. What do you say to people who feel like that's what they got to do, or even like us women being in this male-dominated industry, and you see people kind of just selling themselves to
See,
get
let me tell you
further
something.
up?
With no disrespect, I gotta cut you with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go through that male-dominated nothing.
Cool.
I was in this game. I got stomped on. I went through a lot of stuff.
I'm with
but I
that.
never one time stood there and said, that's because it's the man that did that to me. I'm not going through that. It's not about a male-dominated industry. We put that male here. We put them here.
I like
Whether
that.
they want to look at that or not, we're the head there. Period. We set them tones.
Yep.
We set them. And if we learn how to respect ourselves, maybe
Yep.
they will respect us. Maybe they will look at us like we could take that job on and we could do these things. Same way you look at them not wanting a woman president. Why not?
Why not?
The emotional parts that's attached to it. The excuses that they will give that the man made me do this and I couldn't do this, or PMS said in and I'm tripping because this and that is happening. I'm definitely pro-woman. Definitely that. But there are some of us that could sit at that table and be okay. So it's not a such thing as a male-dominated industry. That's an excuse. That's an excuse that keep going on and on and on, the same way people keep bringing them excuses for everything else that's going on now.
Absolutely.
I'm not accepting.
So the times
it's not
that-
acceptable for me.
That women are always like, I get told no so many times.
I'm taking
I don't
doors.
even know what no
I'm taking
means.
what I want.
I don't know what no
Okay?
means.
I
No,
like that.
no is not
There's no
even
such
there.
thing.
There's no such thing as no. I'm gonna, people told me what I can't do. I could do it, and people sat there and glorified themselves for my work. Guess what? It's okay, because I know that I did it. They know that I did it, and whoever's upstairs know that. You,
Yep.
you feel what I'm saying?
So,
I don't need validation because it's something I could do repeatedly. I could do it repeatedly, and it's okay. I don't care about that. I'm not going to go through that because it's a man. Oh, that's a man over there, and I can't do that. I'm 100% woman. 100% woman. Okay? But I can do anything you can do.
I love that. That's real
And that's some of the
powerful to
stuff
me.
we're going to be talking about tonight
I
at
was
the
just about to
Independent
ask,
Music
'cause
Seminar.
now-
So
you
shout out. First, I would like to shout out, and apologies to Reverend Jackson and Godfather with love.
Shout out
But
Godfather.
this was like something that I could not. I was burning the whole while. I don't even have hot flashes, but I felt like I was going through personal summons the whole while in the ride over here because I was so angry at these babies. And how do we get this out? How do we speak about this? How do I stop this?
I was just about to ask you, how do we put an end to these?
Awareness.
Well,
we got to start using
awareness.
our
You have
voices.
to talk about it. Here's the biggest thing. You want to talk about the male-dominated industry? Here's where the male-dominated industry come in. Men need to stand up.
Yep.
Real men
Yep.
need to stand up to this one right here and let them know that this ain't cool.
Yep.
What did Cash Doll say about it exactly in her
She
post?
just did a PSA saying that, this ain't cool.
Yeah.
She even before you could clap back at her, she acknowledged, I know I did things. But this right here, this cucumber challenge thing, that ain't cool. Okay, it's enough with the clapping of the cheeks. Okay? But now we going with, that's like taking it too, it's too far.
I think personally, honestly, I think it's all tied in together. If you rapping about sucking on cucumbers and that's all the only thing that you push, it's still a ideology that we take on. You understand where I'm coming from? Because even in music, when we're listening to things, you got to think about how many times y'all might play a record here at this radio station a day. So if we got one record and let's say we play that song 10 times a day and I'm on the other end and I'm listening and I happen to know the words, I'm speaking those things subconsciously over my life. And you can continue to speak things until you actually become what you speak. So I think we need to start understanding and realizing how much power we have, not only in our actions, but we also have power in our words.
Yes.
And we can speak things into existence.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How, as I'm reading your bio, Debra, I was reading the part about they described you as a pit bull in a skirt. What do you think about that phrase being described as you? Like, do you agree with it? Are you okay with it?
Listen, I've been called a whole bunch of things. and it is okay. It's okay. I guess because I'm going to stand for what I stand for what I stand for. And I think one of the biggest things is not thinking is that I was always behind my people, and that was something that they didn't do. So, and it goes back to when you say the male-dominated industry, but I was the mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
was
that.
the nurturer, and that's just who I was. So I was condemned for being that person and being emotionally attached to the people that I represented. I wasn't right because I was too emotional, but that's in your eyes, not in mine, and I'm still not going to change that. My love is there. You know what I'm saying? So it's really good for me that if you trust me enough to place your life in my hands, then I'm not supposed to do nothing but do what I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
So if you want to condemn me and call me all these things and say I did all of these things, then it's okay. Let's prove it. But everybody's out there and they're good to this day.
Right.
To this day.
Yeah.
So you can say all the stories you want to say.
Your resume is amazing.
So I don't go back and I don't clap back at people. I don't do any of that. I don't care. I don't have to prove anything to you. My work speaks for itself.
It sure does.
Where was you when all this stuff was going on? So you all could sit here and say all these things that you said. It's okay. But where were you? Them days when we sat there crying and not knowing what we was going to do and how we was going to do it. And I was busting in them doors because my babies had tears. This is where they want to be. This is where you're going.
Some people definitely don't talk about the lowest lows that they've had. They just kind of highlight the highs. I know on social media, like, I try to keep it real, like, glamorous, but then, like, behind closed doors.
It's no glam because you're not really teaching. Like, for me, I have no embarrassment. Like, one of the biggest things when we come out, and like even for tonight, Pam was like, well, what questions do we stay away from? I said, I don't know about everybody else, but I have no questions to stay away from.
That's what's up.
I have none. You can ask me anything you want to ask me.
Me too.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm an open book.
I am an open book. So the day that I set myself before the world, I gave them permission to criticize, to judge, to say anything it is that they want to say. And I have to accept it. But that's where the tough skin comes in.
I was just about to say,
definitely built for it.
I feel like that's where your power comes from, because it just exudes.
Yeah, I'm built for it.
I think that even with what we're doing tonight, we got here because we were not afraid. Like even with me, with my story, I've always been an open book, and I've always been very honest and transparent because that's the only way we can help people get to that next step in life. If I come before you and I pretend to be this perfect, polished person that's never been through anything, this is going to be hard for you and I to relate. Well, what makes us related? We don't have to be related by blood, but we can share the same experience and we can relate that way. So if you know, hey, I've been at the bottom. I come from poverty. I grew up in a house with a girl's room and a boy's room, and it was 7 of us on the bed or in the bed. And I mean, I grew up struggling. I also have been to prison. I've also been a single mother. I also know what it's like to be betrayed, to be lied on. I've been there. I've done all that. But I didn't let any of those things stop me. And I demanded, right, and spoke over myself that I was going to be successful. And so what I'm doing now is taking everything that I've garnered over the years and I'm giving it back, and I'm showing women if you follow this is what I did to be successful. If you can find another trait, that's fine, but I can give you what I know firsthand. And that's what empowerment is all about,
also,
being real.
Let's clarify something, too. It's not glorifying because she's been to prison. It wasn't glorified.
Nope.
You know, but in all actuality, everything that each one of us has gone through that wasn't great, he chose us to go through this, and he chose us to sit in this seat for a reason. There's a reason why everybody that sits on them television screens, there's a reason why you're behind that mic. You just ain't come behind that mic because you're supposed to be behind that mic. You was chosen to come behind that mic. So therefore, you have a sense of obligation to what you put out there in the air. Just like a journalist. They swear under oath that people don't even realize that a real journalist, they swear that when they report the news and the stuff that they report, it has to be accurate. Now they came up with all these bloggers and all these other people that consensualize everything, and the more drama you put on there, the more numbers you get. So the more numbers you get, the more people you get to come and want to advertise with you, and now you get a check. But see, this stuff don't stop until we stop it. And I'm not afraid. I'm not scared.
It's time to wake up.
I love that.
Time.
You
it's
know,
time for us to wake up.
Before Paris brought you guys in, I know she was like, you know, Angela's coming in too, and she has quite a story. And so I was like, okay. And so as you're talking to me now, you know, we all have stories, obviously, but not all of us are talking about it. So how did both of you get to a point where both of you were like, I'm not scared to keep this inside. I'm not embarrassed to keep this inside.
For me, it was my mental health. I couldn't keep that stuff bottled up inside of me because a lot of times, a lot of women I meet that some older than me, like when they get around and lay down and go to bed at night, they can't fall asleep because you got a million things running through your head and you got all of these past demons haunting you. For me, personally, it was a form of release for me. It was just some stuff that I refused to keep bottled down on the inside because I wanted to be a better mother because I hadn't always been perfect. I wanted to be somebody's wife one day. I wanted to be a better friend. But I cannot love anyone else if I did not learn how to love myself.
Absolutely.
And I couldn't love myself until I let all of that hurt go. And me writing my book, which made me a national best-selling author,
congratulations,
was a part of my release because now people were forced to hear what I had to say. And I didn't have to sit there and argue with you because if you're reading the book, you're just reading my words. We're not going back and forth about who did this, who did what. But it's also giving me an opportunity to take my negative and turn it into a positive. So, yes, I was that person that was in the jail cell, but today I'm the founder of American King Foundation, and I'm coming to bring opportunity. We got 4,000 jobs available right now for convicted felons. As soon as you get out, I can send them right straight to Alaska. They can sit there for 90 days and make a full year's salary. For me, when I first got out of prison, I was given a $25 check and a bus ticket and told to start my life over. I had absolutely nothing. My mother had died. My grandmother had died. One of my baby fathers was in prison serving life without parole. The other one was on a 10-year sentence. I was a convicted felon. I couldn't get any government assistance. I had absolutely nothing. But today,
look at you today.
I have taken that situation and turned it all the way around. And we're here to tell you all that we're here to help. We're here to give back.
This is super
and
inspiring.
You can.
You have to,
absolutely.
That's the one thing, like, you know, I remember this lady, Miss Mitty, and I always think about this woman that was always, every time I turned around, she was there. And I asked her, why you keep coming for me? You know, and she was always there no matter what. And I just told her, I said, well, when I get it together, I'm going to just take care. I'm going to do all this stuff for you. And she said, baby, the only thing you can do for me is give back what I gave you.
Yep.
So I
That's
have
my mama
to.
King.
I have to do that. And when I came up, I could be seen but never heard. And that's why my voice is so loud and it roars, because today I know I can speak. I don't have to be quiet. I don't have to be ashamed because somebody tried to come in my bedroom tonight. And I could talk about it. Well, you couldn't talk about it. There's so much pain that lies within us women alone.
Yep.
But don't sleep on that, because there's men with far more pain than we have.
And
they just can't talk about it.
And your pain can make you great.
Wow.
If your pain can actually make you great. Right. Your pain can create your purpose. Your pain can bring forth so much if it's used the right way, right? Because I had options when I got out. I could have been angry.
Absolutely.
I could have went and took a gun and blew somebody head. I could have did all that, but I didn't. And it was hard being a single mother and a convicted felon. But I held on to my babies, and I continued to fight. And today, we are a success story.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen. It is not impossible. They sell us this dream like we can't make it because we've been to prison.
I
That
promise.
is a lie.
I hear it so much.
That is a lie.
Well, you know, I'm a
That is
convicted
a
felon, so
lie.
I'm not going to be able to really get nothing
Or
outside
what about,
of like,
you know I'm black? I can't make it. That's a lie.
I feel that when people go and they come home, I gave you my time already. I served my time already.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I think the only people that it should go out for is violent crimes. When you commit violent crimes, then people should know the same way they know that the rapists live next door.
Absolutely.
Then you should
I
know
agree
about
with you.
these kind of things. But in some cases, circumstances will make the rabbi eat pork.
Yep.
You don't know why
Yep.
a person has done that.
It-
So we have to know how to clear that up also.
Yep.
Because I've done some things that
Everybody's
I have
situation
no choice.
different. Everybody's
there was no
situation
choice.
different. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Just like the
it
illegal
is what it
immigrants
is.
at the border that's
Mhm.
crossing the border because they want to take a chance at having a better life. We have plenty of American citizens that have taken a chance to have a better life right here on their soil. It is no special provision for anybody at the border than it is for our own people. How can we, as any party or any group of people, advocate to reunite families at the border, and we haven't even reunited our own families that have been separated
Ain't
by
that
mass
something?
incarceration?
Yeah.
I think we all need to wake up.
Are these
so
things?
Just to go there, not to cut you off, I'm so sorry. So the independent music seminar tonight is covering all of this.
Yes.
I was just about to ask.
it's gonna-
Are we
it's
giving
going
too
to
much?
cover no, because there's so much that's in here. There's so much that's in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? That you have to let this out. The music industry is not where this stuff started at. You have to understand, I'm coming from the era of hip hop where it started, you know, and it started from the streets.
Yep.
That's where it started from. It started from there. People didn't glorify rappers and singers. Those wasn't the people that they glorified. You respected the people that wasn't doing right by then because there were street laws and they were governed. They governed. There are no more now.
No,
There
because
was
mass
things that the
incarceration.
people right in the streets they took care of, made sure you didn't do these things.
They locked
So
all
it
our
was
men
okay for Miss Betsy to slap me on my behind and send me home. And my mom ain't come down there ready to swing on her or go through that because you didn't have all that stuff. You didn't have that if people knew it, that Peter was over there messing with that little bitty girl, that something wasn't going to happen. It was all these things that was governed. It's not happening anymore because guess what? Social media has taken over now. And
Yep.
it's all right to get on there. That's your big sister and your big brother.
Mm.
That's your mom
And,
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 your
and then
dad.
they
That's
get these
real.
fans that support them and encourage whatever it is you're doing. And it's kind of like it's overruling whatever I say in my house. So we just need to take back our power. We need to get our men home, out of prison, back inside of their families' lives, raising their children, back being anytime we go into war, right? One of the strategies of war, the first thing you do is you take all the men out, right? We have been destroyed, okay? It's just time for us to wake up and fight back.
I got a guest who wants to say hi. He's been waiting at the door, just waiting at the door, peeking through. Look.
Oh my God.
DJ Ferris in the building.
Ferris, he's just peeking at the door, waiting. I'm like, you know
This
what?
man right here,
Let
let
me
me tell
bring him
y'all, in my career, he has helped me so much. Never turned me away. Never. And I had the artists that nobody would play on radio, right or wrong. He played them.
Played them.
He played them. Him and Bigger Rankins were two DJs that backed me so much that people don't know that all these people glorifying stuff that they did, that they were not there. They wouldn't touch them. There were certain people that touched them, and he was one.
Well, we got something in common then, because Ferris was one of the very first people who vouched for me in my career as well.
Awesome.
So
that's
I
a good
definitely
dude.
feel
That's
y'all
good
on that.
sauce right there.
You know, he
Ferris.
definitely is the one who be putting a lot of people on here in Chicago. So I'm sure they have the same exact story.
Absolutely.
Because I threw an event last night, but I got up doing something. So
I appreciate you. I just asked me. I said I didn't want to leave
I
here
want everybody
and not see you.
to
I'll wait till
make
you
sure they come out tonight, though. If you hadn't already been on Eventbrite, make sure you guys go on Eventbrite. And make sure you guys come out with us tonight at the Sheraton. Where we at? Located on 301 North Street.
301 East North Water. I'm looking, what time is it? 6 p.m.?
Start at 6 p.m.
Bam, our very own Bam
Big
is going
shout
to be
out.
there too,
Bam.
guys. This
Yep.
is something
the
like...
Rainbow
She's the
brought to you by
moderator.
Look,
Rainbow
if
Push
I-
Coalition.
Push.
if I wasn't sold before you guys came in here and started talking to me, like, I feel like I needed this.
Yes.
I don't know what the energy y'all brought, like,
Because we need real, we need Big Mama back.
Yeah.
You remember Big Mama, right?
I do, of course.
That Big Mama didn't go for everything. She was tough. Right? She was tough, but she loved us.
Yes.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Right.
We knew she loved us, and that's what you get. And like, it's time to just stop just letting everything fly. It does not mean we don't love you. We telling you this stuff because we do love
Yes.
you. If we didn't love you, we wouldn't say nothing. That's what most of them do. They don't care. They just let you go off the deep end. They never say anything. But those that stand up and fight for what's right, those are the ones that love you. So I just want to make sure that everybody comes out tonight, man, to the Independent Music Seminar brought to you by Rainbow Push Coalition, Godfather brought us down here, the American King Foundation, Ms. A Entertainment, guys, for the jobs. Make sure you look online. The website is www.theakf.org. Please, please, please. It's not just for felons, but if we got kids, we need to get them off the streets. This is an opportunity. 18 and above.
18 and above. Can
Okay.
go down there. My 19-year-old grandson, it was like I went through whatever to try to get him down there. And he just went. And now...
Can't
he
get
won't
him back.
Yeah, he won't even come back. He ain't even trying to call me. He's like, DA, I'm going to make that. I'm coming back with a bag. He took the studio with him. You know what I'm saying? Because right now all the kids want to be rappers and want to
Of
be all this
course,
stuff.
yeah.
He's like... he packed up that. He had more of that than clothes.
Get a chance to get away.
That's
Go get
dope.
your mind right. You know what I'm saying? And make you some
And the
money.
summer
Just take a
job.
break.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
talked
not-
about
What
mental
you do.
health, and I just thought that was so
Absolutely.
important, getting away and just taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. Mental health is very important,
That's
even
big.
for our people
Yeah.
that have spent
That's
some
big.
time
And
in
it's
prison. I
interesting
mean,
because I feel
Even
like
out
it's
of
something
prison,
that
mental
just...
mental health is real.
For
You don't
us.
even have for us, period.
And-
you know, period.
and
is
not to
good.
cut you off, but just like she was saying about social media killing us, I thought I was gonna need mental health. I thought I was gonna need counseling after seeing the way they shot Nipsey and killed him. Like
Right.
all of that
Woo.
stuff does something on your mental. Like we
That was
able
rough.
to see this stuff. You understand where I'm coming from, and then you see it, and you really see that there's no justification behind it. Because even though you lock somebody up, it does not bring back that man's life.
It
and
doesn't.
just to see our man just shot down like
let's
a
talk about
dog,
something
right?
bigger. Let's talk about something bigger.
Hmm.
Here's my challenge to everybody also. Why do we wait until people's eyes is closed before they're acknowledged?
I hear
Why
you.
does everybody just find out all this stuff about Nipsey? Those
Yeah.
that didn't know. I knew Nipsey was a good person. But why the world didn't know who Nipsey was? Why not? Why do every time one of us pass away, everybody know everything or they bury us?
Yep.
I don't hear about Whitney that much.
Yep.
She was a great singer, but I can think of a lot of singers that was on drugs
Yeah.
and that did things that...
Yeah. All we hear about today is her drug use.
Her
Like
drug
even if
use.
somebody
Do you
bring it
think
back
it's hard
up.
for people to, I guess, gas other people up when they want all the gas? Do you feel what I'm trying to
I
say?
think
That's validation. That's a person that
Right.
needs validation.
It
I don't need
is.
validation.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't see me with everybody, all the people that I worked with, okay? You did not see me in every picture and jumping in front of them. It wasn't about me. I was
Right.
representing them, and it was for them to
Yeah.
get all the shine. Most managers want to be in the front.
Mm.
They want to be seen. It's about them. And now lawyers don't want to be lawyers. They want to be managers. They want that limelight, but they want to go out there. So it's all
Power 92.3 FM.